Hello and welcome back. So I wanted to shoot a video. I'm going to be reviewing the Electrum Sabercraft coupler, but there's one other thing I wanted to talk about with the Electrum Sabercraft Diadium 3 board before I forget, and that is the Neopixel and the compatibility with a Neopixel adapter. So just as a recap, Neopixel means that unlike a baselit blade, where your LED right here contains the lights and projects it up the blade, a Neopixel blade has no lights, just has pins, and the pins activate lights within the blade. So a lot of people are switching to Neopixel right now, and Electrum Sabercraft is selling a lot of Neopixel. So I wanted to talk about their Neopixel. I have reservations about Neopixel, as I've said, because they make it so that you can't use cool vanity blades like this if you have them. Thankfully, though, that a lot of that changed when Pach Store came out with this Neopixel adapter, which basically takes a Neopixel signal, turns it into a Tri Cree signal, so that once again you can pop this little guy in here, pop this in here, and you can use your vanity blades with your Neopixel saber. All right, so I wanted to talk about the compatibility. This thing has some compatibility issues with different saber makers. If the saber is resisted on the saber side, basically to prevent data signals from coming out of the saber into the blades are often resisted to block those signals. This is not resisted, so the resistor has to be on the blade side, or you're going to end up with these rogue signals that make me think that it's eventually going to burn this thing out or burn the board. Right. Another issue that you have with Neopixel sabers is that if the connection is wrong, you stand the chance of basically burning the board. The soundboard itself can fry the different parts of it that connect to the lightsaber, and your board starts to smoke, and then it's dead until somebody fixes it for you. So that's always a risk that you run with Neopixel. The Electrum Sabercraft sabers are resisted saber side, so that when I pop this in, there's no rogue signal coming through there and lighting those things up. As you saw moments ago, it worked just fine. The thing about it, though, is that the Electrum Sabercraft software and the signal that it sends to the boards, I think, is designed to run on the red, green, blue, white that they've always been running on, as opposed to just red, green, blue. So what that means is that a lot of the animation effects will run with this. So if I run something like a cycling rainbow effect out of this, it's going to cycle between the colors of the rainbow, not gradient like on a Neopixel, but just fade from one to the other. The thing about this is that when I try to run white on this, or something that contains white, the Tri Cree doesn't know what to do with that, and so you get no signal at all. Let me see if I can replicate that. Okay, so I'll pop a Neopixel blade in here. Now go to an animation. Okay, so here's Vegas. Now, Vegas has a lot of white in it. Each one of these little pips in here is either like a red, a yellow, a blue, or a white. So let me turn this off. Nope. Turn that off. Pop in the adapter. Pop in a more standard blade. And fire it up. Okay, there. You saw what happened when it tried to go white? It cycles through a lot of the other colors just fine. But when it tries to cycle to white, it blacks out and doesn't know what the heck to do about it. So the Tri Cree adapter for the Electrum Sabercraft D3 board works great for solid colors or for anything in the red, green, blue spectrum. As long as you stay away from white, you can still use your vanity blades and it still works great. You load anything with white and you get unpredictable responses. So just wanted to show you guys that, and hopefully that's of use to you. If you're running one of these, if you're running Neopixel, I highly suggest that you look into one of these things, because this opens up a world of new possibilities that a lot of my problem with Neopixel was that it closed those things off. This changed that. So Electrum Sabercraft D3 board, Pach store, Tri Cree Neopixel adapter. All right, join me back next time. I'll look at the Electrum Sabercraft coupler.